this much. Cut all that off. Hi guys, welcome back. Second week in a row. Let's not get braggy yet.
Yeah, let's not get cocky. Here we go.
I'm Lynn, he's Jonathan, and we are still Create and Capture Life.
Yep.
Thank you guys we're sitting in a different spot because a bunch of people are where we usually film. And so if you hear things in the background, it's our neighbors.
Or the dogs.
Yeah. Like our neighbors are cooking and stuff, and hopefully we're not bothering. Real quick before we get started on gas prices and travel plans.
Oh boy.
Here in California. We have a few questions. One question is, why didn't I go on the road trip with Jonathan and his dad to Northern California?
Mostly because it was an opportunity for my dad and I to spend time together. We haven't actually been able to spend time. It's been kind of tough, just because my dad lives so far away. He kind of has his life. We have ours. So it was a great opportunity to take that time with him, to go do that road trip. Everybody had also asked us, like, why did you guys take the motorhome? Like, there was no reason to take the motorhome if you were going up to your aunt's house. You know, you could have just stayed in your aunt's house. I wanted to do a motorhome trip with my dad. If you guys...
His dad hadn't seen the motorhome in person. He'd only seen it on video like you guys, so he hadn't seen it in person. So for him to be able to see it in person and to be able to drive it, because he did drive it and spend time in it, that was cool.
It was good just to get a chance to sit in the passenger seat for a little while, because Lynn doesn't drive the motorhome for long distances. She'll drive it like around here, like if we need to go get gas or something. But yeah, so it was good.
I fall asleep when I drive too far. I get tired. So yeah, successful father-son trip. So that was the easy answer to that question. Have we heard from, or do we still keep in touch with the artists formerly known as Dan and Jen Nevada? Just actually today, I spent 2 hours on the phone with Jen today, actually. You guys have also asked a lot of questions about what they're doing, about their house, their motorhome, all those kinds of things. I don't know what they want shared in the YouTube sphere now that they're not on YouTube, so I'm gonna say they're doing great. They're enjoying their house, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Dan and Jen, if you guys, I know you guys usually watch our videos. If people want to put questions down below for Dan and Jen, you can put them down below, and then if they feel so inclined, they can answer them down below. I don't know what they want answered or not answered or anything like that, and I don't want to assume. So if, like I said, if you guys have questions for Dan and Jen, ask them down below, and when they watch the video, they can comment and answer your questions.
But the short answer to the question of, do we still keep in touch? Absolutely. Yeah, actually on a pretty regular basis.
Yep, and they're doing great.
Yep.
So, and we miss them because we haven't seen them since, well, last year. I mean, it's only March, but we haven't seen them since, it's been almost a year, I think, since we saw them in person. So we do miss them. So that was that. The other question we had is, I mentioned last week in our video coming back, and I'm assuming this question is for those of you who haven't been following us, because I do know we have a lot of new subscribers, is why did I mention that I have PTSD and anxiety, or why do I have PTSD? I'm going to give you the short answer. There's a really long answer to this, but the short answer is someone that I knew tried to assault me, and then gaslit me when I reported it. He and his friends gaslit me after I reported it, and it was like a year and a half, almost 2 years of harassment and just ongoing nightmare. And so yeah, I have PTSD and anxiety from that.
Yeah. I think we talked about in a past video, so if you guys want to...
If I can figure out which video it was, I'll link it below, but that's the short answer. And so yeah, and yes, I am doing better than I was back then, but I do have times where I'm not doing better, and that's the way PTSD works. So sometimes, you know, like, I'm not the person you want to sneak up from behind on.
She's got a mean elbow too. Throw those elbows right back at your face, and it's
Yeah, so
you'll find out.
I'm not the kind of person you want to sneak up on. Let me just put it that way. Since then, but thank you for asking. I am fine. I have good days and bad days, like anybody that struggles with anxiety and PTSD. There's good days and bad days. So overall, I'm doing fine. The last question, which leads us right into today's episode, is when are we and the dogs taking an RV trip again? And that leads us right into gas prices and travel plans.
Yeah, gas prices in our area are, and now mind you, we don't live in Los Angeles. We live south of Los Angeles quite a ways. We're in Orange County.
I think we're 23 miles from Los Angeles, technically.
Yeah, which in California terms...
is 2 hours driving
about
time.
2 hour drive, yeah. On a good day.
Yeah.
So greater Los Angeles area, like, downtown LA, stuff like that. I've heard of gas stations being $8, $9 a gallon already. But we here in Orange County are sitting, what do we see today?
Just today when we went out, the lowest what we saw for the premium was $6.39. That was the lowest we saw just driving right now. And then the regular, like the lower 87 was $5.89 and $5.99, and that was today.
So that's as of today, which is Wednesday, March 16th.
2022.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this sometime in the future, that's what the gas prices are in South Orange, or in North Orange County, which is where we are, as of today.
Yeah. So it's
gone up $1 in the last. I think between him going to Costco and today, it's gone up. The price of gas in our area has gone up $1 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and so those
with
of you,
no hopes of going the other way anytime soon.
So those of you that know, a typical RV gas tank, and gas or diesel on most Class C's, like what we have, is about 50 to 60 gallons. I mean, some of your big diesel pushers, may have a 100-gallon tank. So I didn't actually look up the cost of diesel.
I'm gonna do the math right now real quick while he's talking. I'm gonna do the math on the lower end of it. So if let's say our RV tank
ours is 55 gallons.
55 gallons, and it's $5.99.
Yep.
It's gonna cost us $329.45 just to fill up our tank. So in our RV, that would mean that we get about 490 gallons or miles to the gallon.
No. 490 miles to the tank. So about 500 miles to the tank.
Yeah, wow, 490 to the gallon. That would be amazing.
Be awesome. Yeah. So we're at about 500 to the tank. So. And
that's just freeway, not going on the side streets.
Yeah.
It's more if you go on side streets.
Yep.
We are sitting on our neighbor's stairs, so if you notice, if it appears to you that we keep moving,
it's
because they need to go up and down their stairs, and we don't want to impede their ability to do that, so we're jumping back and forth. So anyway.
So getting back to it, we get about 500 miles to the tank on our motorhome, which 500 miles, not too bad, but I mean.
Let's just say if we drove to Vegas.
Yeah.
From us to Las Vegas, it would cost us $350 to drive there.
Yeah.
So you're talking round trip driving to an RV park in Vegas and back, which it's not that far.
No.
Vegas to us isn't far. It's like 3 or 4 hours. We're looking at $700 in fuel cost just to go to Vegas and come home.
Yeah.
So is it worth it?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, you have to look at it like this. Jonathan has doubled the amount of money he's spending on gas in his truck just to get to work.
Yeah.
And he's not making any more money.
Yeah, it's costing me between $80 to $100 a week in gas to fill my truck.
And Ryan, our son Ryan, he works hourly job, and he works locally, luckily, and he has a good little car for gas mileage, but still he's, at $5.50 to $6 right now a gallon. He's taking a pay cut because he's hourly, so he's also taking a pay cut. And then you add in groceries that are more expensive and everything else. We're really weighing whether or not we're going to be taking the RV out anytime soon.
Yeah, this summer, if the gas prices keep going
They're predicting $10 a gallon in California when they come out with their summer blend, whatever the hell that is. I've never understood what the summer blend is, but whatever the hell the summer blend is supposed to, be at like $10 a gallon. So we did have a lot of plans in the next few months to go to different 1,000 trails, because we want to hit up all the 1,000 trails in California and do reviews on every single 1,000 trails for you guys. That was one of our plans. We're kind of weighing our options now as far as gas prices. One of our neighbors who lives up here, actually, I was talking to him yesterday. He was saying he's trying to get side work now to pay the money to get to his regular job because of gas prices in his vehicle. So it's really hitting everybody hard. So I'm not really sure what our plans are going to be. We had a lot of travel plans with the RV. If we get side work, both of us, which we do have some things coming up, and if we do side work, then we'll be able to take those trips. But we can't take it out. We're already taking extra money out of our monthly budget every month now for gas prices and food, and we don't eat out all the time. We were eating out a lot before this, and now we don't do that because we cook at home, or we just like literally there are times when we'll have breakfast for dinner, or I really don't care. I would eat cereal every day for dinner, but Ryan and Jonathan care a little bit more, but I'm more like Seinfeld. I would have cereal every day. Yeah,
and you guys, if you guys have ideas like on how to save on on gas or
anything,
I know all of the comments are coming right now. Get out of California. I know.
That's in the works too, but it's not this year.
Not there yet.
It's not possible this year to get out of California. It is in the works, but not this year. So yeah, if you have suggestions for great recipes, even like for things that you're making for dinner or whatever, let us know, because it's a different world for all of us right now, and gas prices are affecting everybody. Our grocery prices and everything, our rent in this tiny little 700 square foot apartment is going up $150 a month next month. That's another added expense that we didn't have. So it kind of feels like every time we get one step forward, we go 2 steps back financially. So it's rough,
but
like it is for everybody. We're very blessed in other ways. Financially, we're struggling like everybody else.
But, I just talked to my friend Chris, who's in Indiana, and he said that his family, and even in Indiana, is struggling too. I mean, the inflation's affecting all of them. So everybody's struggling right now in one way or another, and we're not. We are too. We're not. Free from that either. But we are blessed in other ways. We have a great family, and we have a roof over our heads, and we have jobs, and we have those things, and so we're grateful every day for that. And now we have our health back for now. Lynn's got some more doctor's appointments.
A whole nother video on that. But we're not complaining. So don't, for those of you who don't know us, you might think we're complaining, but we're not. We're just telling you like it is. This is the reality that we're in right now.
I wouldn't say we're keeping it real, but
but that's the reality, and that's life, right? So we're going to find workarounds for travel. We're going to do some local things and take you along for those. I've got a list of local things, which somebody suggested would be a good idea for us to share, since we live here and a lot of people come here for the summer. So we're going to do a bunch of local activities, and then we'll share those with you guys. So if you do happen to want to pay the gas prices and come on out here, it might be cheaper to fly and stay at a hotel than to drive here. But
we might even take you to around to some of our favorite eateries and show you guys some of the great places to eat around Orange County. Because just because you come here and you visit, our job, Disneyland, doesn't necessarily mean that most people can get out and find the great restaurants. There are some great little hole-in-the-wall restaurants right around the park that we know of, that we'll let you in on a little bit of the secret with those great restaurants, because there's definitely some really good restaurants. So we'll take you to those.
So there's there are things coming up. So don't be in despair. We do have things coming up, and we will be working on the RV, because we do need to go. Imagination does need to be cleaned, because she's been sitting, so she's dusty. So she needs to be cleaned. So we're going to do a once over. We're going to touch up some of the paint, a couple little things on the inside that we've been meaning to do for months. So we are going to do that, and then we're going to do a complete tour of her for those of you who've asked. We've never done a complete tour, so that's coming up. And yeah, so we do have things coming up. I just remembered what the last question was because you mentioned it. Somebody asked, why did you see a movie, they called it a movie, on our channel that was about a drunk driving crash? Okay, I'm gonna try to do this the short way. For years now, for about 11 years now, Jonathan and I have been working with the California Highway Patrol every spring on this project called Every 15 Minutes. And it's an anti-drinking and driving program for juniors and seniors in high school. And there's a grant process that's done through the California Highway Patrol. We have done this for 11 years now. Various schools participate in it. It's a huge event at the schools. There is a video on our channel. It's not supposed to be on this channel, but once it was up, because the CHP uses our videos to give the schools grant money, we couldn't take it off of our channel.
We have a completely separate channel for that.
And I'll link those down below. I'll link that other channel down below if you guys want to watch some of those. They're very realistic and they're very gory and very emotional. So if you're triggered at all by any like blood and crashes and death scenes and things like that, please don't watch them. But for those of you that have asked about the one that is on this channel, we just can't take it off of this channel. It's not supposed to be here. It's a project we worked on a couple of years ago, and because of the school needing the grant money, we had to leave it on this channel. So that's why it's on this channel.
And if you notice, much like all of the videos on our other channel, for various reasons, not just the obvious reason of, that it's a volunteer program and stuff like that, those videos are not monetized. So if you do go over and watch them, please.
They're not monetized.
Yeah, please share them and whatever.
And also the one that's on this channel
is not monetized.
Yeah.
We do that for the obvious educational purpose behind it.
Because it's important. Do have 2 of those coming up this spring. So we do have 2 of them in April that we will be filming. So we will probably share with you guys here on our channel some of the kind of behind the scenes of how we do that a little bit, just so you guys kind of know what we're doing. We'll share some of the behind the scenes of that because I know that we have gotten a lot of questions about that. So coming up, you can also expect to see some behind the scenes of our film and production work.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for this week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy birthday to my sister, who is a St. Patrick's Day baby. And stay safe, stay healthy. There's Pixel barking in the background.
And we hope you are all having a much healthier and safer 2022 than we started off with. And for those of you guys that mentioned to us personally, I know Larry and a few other folks said, welcome back to YouTube. Thank you, and we appreciate you guys messaging us and telling us we missed you.
Yep.
So, or you missed us. Yeah,
well,
whatever.
we've missed you too.
We missed you too.
We missed our YouTube family, and we're glad to be back.
Yep.
And walk, don't drive. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And I promise that